Stream Elements says, Dicebaggery is now live streaming art. Vtuber draws fake Pokemon inspired TTRPG. The animated moon says, actually made it to one of your streams finally. Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
Hello, hello. I saw we had Animated Moon in the chat. Thanks for coming by. Nice to see you there. How's it going, everybody? We got some more art to work on, obviously. That's the thing we do here.
The Animated Moon says, evening.
Good evening. We just got some more generic creature art we're doing, showing creatures doing things. Because what else are we gonna do? At this point, I mostly need art that's just going to be used for like promotional purposes. So that's kind of the gist of things going forward, I think. For the time being, you know what? I'm a little bit off to the side here. Friggin' Lorem over there has got his face off.
I'm here too.
Joe, thanks for getting me out of the corner there, Dicebag. You could have left him there. It would have been much better without him speaking. Shut up, Ipsum. Yeah. Hello, Cat. Good to see you here, too. Just talking to your dad about your computer, okay. Is there something special about your computer or something wrong with it? It's usually something wrong with it if you need to talk to somebody about it. Yeah. This is what we're doing. We got some gum pillars and we're gonna color them. And then who knows what else. I don't know. I tried to generate some ideas with ChatGPT and it was being a bitch. So I might have to come up with something on my own. And we could probably talk about some of the recent game dev stuff I've been doing with the whole mechanics I'm working on for the other layers. Alright. Anyways, let's get this.
Replaced the entire computer and realized some of my game save data was not transferred over.
Oh no. It's not on Steam Cloud or something? Let's see. That'll probably work. That color should be okay.
Unbrio says, hi.
Hello, Unbrio. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're working on some art for my little game here. Let's see. Got some here, and here, and here, and here. And we'll have to pick out another color for the mushroom here. Actually, we could probably just go, like, desaturated.
Cat with a mouse says, all of my PC games are Pokemon fan games and ROM hacks.
Oh.
And several of these games kept their data in a different computer drive.
I see, I see. Yeah, that could be a pickle. One thing I'm seeing right here. This should probably be angled more. I'm thinking maybe we should do some item art after I'm done with this little piece here. I've still got that picture of Flowsy with the Conjurer in the hands of Patron, waiting for line art. So he'll have something to do. I don't need to make sure he has something. He's still got plenty of work, so we can just afford to do some side quests and whatnot. I've not played any Pokemon ROM hacks, by the way. That's a entirely untapped world for me. Here's another thing. We're gonna make this less broad over on this side, because it kind of looks like it's not really going into the background when it goes like that before. Now it should be closer. You got any recommendations for good ROM hacks that people should try, Cat? I probably wouldn't have time to get into them, but might be nice to take a look.
Kohate says, well, if it isn't, look who it is.
Yeah, well, if it isn't Kohat. How's it going? I'm trying to pick Cat's brain for creature ideas. Let's see. Leaves, we need leaves. And most of our greenery is gonna have to be like painted in the background, I guess.
Kohate says, I have worked from 5 to 7 every day this week, been totally sapped of energy, and now, after everything has been tidied up, I can sit down and watch my favorite VTuber draw. Cat with a mouse says,
Yeah.
My top 2 favorites are Pokemon Infinite Fusion, fan game, and Pokemon Altered, Fired ROM hack. My third is the Momon ROM hack series.
Moemon? I've heard about that one. That's the one where like the Pokemon are turned into like anime girls, isn't it? Alright, this one's gonna be like, we gotta change the angle on this here. Let's see. Is that about right? That's pretty close. I was just thinking for a second, it might have been a bad choice to make these guys like 6 different shades of purple to pink. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Just a slight hassle.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, oh damn, that's good art.
Well, thank you. And hello, Jolty Bolty. I think you're new here. Yeah, we're working on art for my monster collecting tabletop RPG. I just need to get a bunch of random stuff of creatures doing random things to kind of fill things out for videos on my alternate channel. For lore and stuff. That's kind of my main vector of things right now, is building up the creatures YouTube, which is actually going alright. I'm almost up to 50 followers over there. Let's see. We're probably going to have to not use the normal reddish tones to color this. Let's see. Multiply layer, we're going to go with blue.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, "Those noses remind me of Minecraft villagers, not gonna lie dash."
Oh, the noses are that way because of their final evolution. Let's see, where's he at? Gumbo. They turn into butterfly elephant. So there you have it. Let's get that one out of the way. Had an extra tab open there. I was gonna go with subtractive coloring on this, but I think it's gonna be better off just putting it all in by hand.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, "Oh hell no. That is gonna haunt my sleep paralysis demon."
Well, do you really want your sleep paralysis demon to be undisturbed? Don't you want him to be driven away?
Cat with a mouse says, "At least if the demon is haunted, you will not be."
See, that's what I'm talking about. Come to think of it, I did not fill in this
Jolty
part.
Bolty 1231 says, "My sleep paralysis demon is my friend though, sad face."
I think you might need some better friends, buddy. Just hang with us. Let's see. Okay, where's the color picker at? I need to make a swatch for this thing. For this color specifically. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, there we go.
Cat with a mouse says, "Is that top gum pod supposed to be levitating?"
Yes, gum pods levitate. I have solved the conundrum of what do the how do the what do you call them? The cocoon type of creatures do things and fight, and that is that they just levitate. That's like one of the things I've had to deal with, and I talked about this in like the freaking lore video I did recently. Like when you're dealing with the tabletop RPG stuff, you can't just rely on the same old explanations that Pokemon did.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, "What Pokemon is this supposed to be inspired from?"
I would not say that there's any specific Pokemon that this guy is inspired by. These are just kind of my own fever dreams. If you want to know the deep lore, Gumbo was supposed to be like the first evolution. But I was thinking, like, how am I gonna turn this into something else? And I couldn't think of a good like extra evolution or a whole chain, so I went backwards. And I was like, okay, if he's a butterfly elephant, then surely he'd come from a caterpillar elephant, right? Let's go with that.
Kohate says. You're telling me we could have had an elephant chimera with big beautiful wings?
I don't know, Kohei. I don't think I would have pulled it off. I couldn't think of a good design for it. And by the way, since we have some newer people here, there should be like a link to the website for this game in the description down there somewhere. If you want to see more of what I've got going on. Because I got a whole creature codex full of things to look at. It's not just elephant butterflies. Alrighty, we need some shadows down here. And I have not colored in the little fruit they're eating either. Big oversight. Also, this thing down here that I was going to color, I didn't color in either.
Sometimes it's butterfly elephants.
Butterfly elephants. Thanks, Geronimo. It's really not that much butterfly elements. We don't do butterfly elephants all that much. And that's part of the reason why I'm drawing the elephant caterpillars right meow, is because I don't have much art of these guys. Okay. Eyedropper tool, you need to go back to displayed color. There we go. Now what the hell do the little berry things that they have look like? Let's see. Perhaps they should be like bluish. Let's take like their blue on their antennas and like saturate it and darken it. Oh no. We should probably have some berries like actually from the trees too, now that I'm thinking about it. That would make sense, right? Right? Right, chat? Ew, I don't like this guy's head. It's shaped incorrectly.
Cat with a mouse says. The berries could come from nowhere. They are psychic after all.
What? Gum pillars aren't psychic, they're fairies. And the tree isn't psychic either. I know, that could be a thing, but it's not this time.
Kohate says. No, the berries are psychic.
No, the berries are not psychic. They're just regular berries this time, guys. I have to make decisions, and I'm not very good at it.
Kohate says. This time is a crazy statement.
Look, Kohat, you know that the berries could be psychic. You've been here long enough absorbing creatures' lore. There we go. Now I think I'm actually ready to color the things.
Kohate says. I misspelled creature the other day because of you. Thanks. That's how long I've been here.
Welcome to my world. You know how hard it is for me to spell creature the correct way? I literally... Like, creature with a Y is just my default way of spelling the word now. I literally use it more than the other way.
Cat with a mouse says. When you affect the writing of others, that's when you know you've got something great.
I don't know if Kohet counts, he's been around a long time. And by been around, I don't mean he's old, I mean he's been around me. But I will take your word for it. I'm not one to poo-poo the compliments of others. Okay, what the hell is this?
Can't believe the Elder Lich just called me old WTF.
You must be getting up there, Kohet. I know I am. Man, I do not like the shading on this. What have I done? Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Kohate says, had a doctor's appointment the other day and she goes, "You're doing great for someone your age," and I'm like, "Ma'am, I am not even 30 yet."
Now you're just gonna make me feel old. The real question we're going to have to contend with here is the mushroom going to be bioluminescent or not? Would that be
Kohate
too
says,
distracting?
Sorry, got real defensive there for some reason. Cat with a mouse says, too distracting. Kohate
That's
says,
kind of what I thought.
always bioluminescent.
Bioluminescent. Another Geronimoism for him. For us. For us. You even spelled it correctly and Geronimo can't read.
Kohate says, within your chat there are 2 wolves.
You know what? It's fine if there's 2 wolves in chat. That means I can get validated on my preconceptions either
says,
way.
You know it, baby.
Whatever preconception I have, there will be somebody to justify it.
Kohate says, both wolves can call you a nerd though.
That's true. If opinions are that split, then it's probably good that my preconceptions would be challenged.
Cat with a mouse says, nothing wrong with being a nerd.
That's also true. I was about to say, I wouldn't have a problem with being called a nerd, actually. I'm literally drawing Pokemon D&D right here.
Kohate says, nah, I'm anti-nerd in 2025. Kohate says, in this essay I will.
What, Kohate? You're what? Explain why nerds are bad, actually.
Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
Thank you, Geronimo. What would I do without Geronimo? He literally does everything for me. He reads chat.
Hello.
Pathroots! Well, hello there. Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, Path?
Kohate says. Kohate says. That's not directed at you, Pathroots. Pathroots says. Been procrastinating. TVT.
Procrastinating. We all been there. What are you procrastinating on? Aren't you making art? See, this is why you should come by more often, Path. So, the artists
says,
hanging out can bully you into doing all our art.
Hal.
Oh, well, if it's everything, I don't know if we can help you. I still need to do my taxes. And here I am drawing
Pathroots
these
says,
things.
True. XDDDD. Kohate says. If you have art you should be doing, then do it, otherwise you're a big, fat, lame, pardon my French, stinker.
French? Kohat, you know better than that. He's right, though.
Pathroots says. Carrot. Yeah. Kohate says. That's why I pleaded for a pardon.
Okay, I got you. I don't know if I should grant it, though, Kohat.
Cat with a mouse says. Don't.
Oh yeah, it has come to my attention that I have not entered the voice chat in my
Kohate
own
says. Yeah. Maybe you
Discord
want hunty.
stream.
That would be kinda lame though.
I feel like I just missed another Geronimoism.
Kohate says. Geronimo, not a fan of Autunti.
What was that, Geronimo? A hunting? I need to get a better playlist, to be honest. Some of these things come out like blaring in my ears and it's hard to concentrate. I gotta get some more chill stuff. It's been a while since I've updated. Not everything can be the Onslaught theme song.
Pathroots says, I know some free channels, I could share them with you sometime. V. Kohate says,
Free
if you
BGM
weren't
channels?
such a goody two-shoes, you could just pluck the 2013 Billboard Top 100 Megamix.
I don't know if that would be actually any good. But I'm on YouTube right now, so I kinda have to be a goody two-shoes. Dang YouTube. And their copyright strikes. And their whole stupid copyright system. There was some copyright claim that I got.
Cat with a Mouse says,
And it was literally
I'm sure you could find some nice free sci-fi
not in there
fantasy
at
music
all.
playlist somewhere on YouTube. Pathroots says, don't worry about my recommendations, I made sure they weren't copyright.
Yeah, I'll have to hit you up about that, Path. Ah, come on, man.
Kohate says, that's exactly what John Sony would say to insert the goat. Pathroots says,
John Sony?
remind me though later in DM, V. Cat with a Mouse says,
do you use Discord,
they all
Path?
so pudgy and cute.
Or are you just hanging out on Element with Dingus? In the ghetto? The
Pathroots
alt-tech
says,
ghetto.
have a Discord, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure if doing another layer of darks is going to be necessary here, but maybe we'll come back later. Also, Kohat, last time you told me about screen layers and what they do,
says,
and I'm gonna try them.
Lel yeah, I do hang out in Element, also to prevent myself from getting overstimulated by notifications from Discord.
Man, I so hate Discord. Discord is like, hey, you like social media, right? What if we took social media and broke it up into a bunch of tiny little subgroups where you have to engage with everything?
Is already good though.
Everything
Kohate says
separately.
Experimentation. Libby in real time LFG.
Okay, Kohet. To be honest, I have tried it out already on my alternate account, so it's not a huge surprise.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, art looks good, still would haunt both me and my sleep paralysis demon dash.
Oh. I guess we'll just have to live with the sleep paralysis demons being haunted. I guess that makes Creatures a horror game, doesn't it? Not that I'm not kinda going for that in the first place. In a roundabout sense. Hmm. This ain't looking bad, I think.
Pathroot says, flip it.
Flip it? It's too late for that. There you go. We flip it. I don't remember if I flipped it when I drew it or not. I think that's about as good as a flip as I could hope to ask for. After it's already been drawn.
Says, hell yeah, Pathroots, sick M. Pathroots says, Nice.
Yeah. Now, what is this over here? Getting in the wrong area. Now we've got a conundrum. I might have to get a different layer or double up on layers in order to get the highlights on the gum pillars to actually look alright.
Pathroot says, it's to get a refresher on your art.
We don't need them art tricks around here. We fly by the seat of our pants.
D&D session this morning went great. It was one entire battle sequence.
Ah, yes. The whole session-long battles. Let's see.
Cat with a Mouse says, one of the featured monsters was an Ankag.
Was the acid spitting bugs? Giant acid spitting bugs, yeah. Classic D&D monster. Did anybody get eaten?
Cat with a Mouse says, nope. In fact, I got the killing blow. Jolty Bolty 1231 says, wait, someone got eaten?
Apparently not.
Kohate says, it's no fun if Noon dies though, FRFR. Jolty Bolty 1231 says, or was it beaten?
The Ankag was beaten, and nobody was eaten. I guess. Unless it ran away. It didn't run away, did it?
I also performed a perfect sneak attack and shot the lead poacher in the leg to prevent him for escape. Kohate says, bars.
Bars. Yeah, that's right, Kohet. I did this. I'm really him. My money long, my pockets deep.
Kohate says. LMAO. Jolty Bolty 1231 says. Oh wait, we are talking about violence now. Yep.
I guess.
Cat with a Mouse says. The Ankeg was killed and no one died, but the poacher did have to make some death saving throws before stabilizing.
That's reasonable. The way I'm working on creatures in terms of this discussion right here, I've got it kind of set up so that characters are likely to go down in combat quite often, but as far as actually dying, it's relatively forgiving. It might be a little too forgiving right now, so maybe we'll tighten things up a little bit at some point. Right now, going into a fight, you're probably going to have people go to 0 hit points, but they can be brought back pretty easily to full health.
Kohate says. Weren't your recent solo runs absolute hellscapes?
I don't know if they were hellscapes, but the resource management is getting pretty tight. Especially when I keep the when I remember to worry about the whole critical failure mechanics. Because the way we're doing crit fails in creatures is if you roll more ones with your dice pool, then you have ranks in the skill you're using. Then it counts as a crit fail and you break whatever tool you're using. Or something similar happens. And like the thing is, we were exploring a dungeon in the recent one. And we didn't have like a dedicated lockpicker type of guy. So we had like a half-assed, barely knows what they're doing lockpicker. And they broke the lockpicks on like the first try. So we had to resort to just bashing everything open that was locked. And I've been looking for more ways to kind of gamify things in that sense.
I was reduced to 1/3 health twice during the fight. Luckily, the party was able to use healing spells and items at the right times to survive.
Oh, one of the things I've been thinking about when it comes to like generating the random dungeons and stuff is like coming up with more complex like challenges and stuff. Because I've decided that just going into the dungeon and basically looting it and that's the entire thing is kind of a boring thing. It could be more interesting. So I'm trying to look to like Deep Rock Galactic for inspiration on things that we could throw at the players in a dungeon setting to kind of make the increase the tension and stuff like that. It's like with Deep Rock Galactic, you have to get everything. You can't go back and get things, is what I'm saying. Like once you're about to finish the mission, you have to make that mad dash back to the drop pod and get out of there. And that creates this like sense of urgency where, yeah, until that point you can kind of do whatever.
Rival NPC parties and complex timed puzzles are good challenges.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna do more like complex locking mechanisms and defenses for like the main treasure of the dungeon. We're gonna try and gamify those. I've got some ideas about how to make a game out of that instead of just being like all DM
says,
fiat.
Molly for creatures, when?
Molly? What do you mean Molly? I'm not. I don't know this. Explain to me, Kohet. Oh wait, Molly, the I know Molly. Yeah, the drone.
Kohate says, the hopper from DRG.
Molly. No, I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of like with DRG, the thing is that like every time you go down into a mission, there's like specific objectives you have to go for. And like that's kind of the challenge in and of itself, is navigating the whole thing while also doing work and fighting off the monsters, or well, the bugs. And I thought, well, as it stands with creatures, we've got the going into the dungeon and we've got the fighting the things in there, but we don't really have like the objectives that we have to complete along the way and stuff like that. So I could probably do more to bring some more tension in there. In fact, let me bring up some of my notes and have a look at them. I can talk about that if I can find where they are. Gotta get my Google Docs. Dungeon goals notes. That's the thing I'm looking for. And no, I've been taking notes on some of the ideas I could have to kind of increase the tensions and stuff like that. So we've got some complications, like the site begins to crumble if you take the objective or the major treasure without like disabling all the stuff and doing all the whatnot. It could have it could signal a creature beacon that draws creatures to the area, and you have to get out of there quick before you're overrun. Let's see, spreading corruption. Taking the artifact causes the exits to close as a negative effect progressively spreads from the container. Let's see, a curse on the site. Creatures are summoned. Then they got different notes on locking mechanism. Like maybe you have to run around the site after you've triggered the thing and find something in there, like levers or some kind of activators or items to use to unlock the thing in a certain amount of time before the security system is activated. Creature type activation, so you have to use the you have to insert like a binding crystal with a specific creature type in there. Stuff like that.
Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Diceback and say hello.
Yeah, do that. Do as Geronimo says, lurkers. Okay, we need to clean this up here. Dude's nose ain't looking so right. Let's see, what can we do about the background here? I feel like it should be brighter. Maybe more yellowy.
Cat with a mouse says. One of the creatures we saved from the camp was a unicorn that healed us before it left.
Well, that's very nice of your DM. I gave you a little Poke Center right in the middle of the dungeon. Or at the end of the dungeon, rather. Let's see. Are we ready to just start softening the edges, I think? Perhaps. Perhaps.
Kohate says. Dice be like, if that were me, the unicorn would have stabbed Yat.
The unicorn wouldn't have stabbed you. But I probably would have expected you to manage your resources better. One of the fun things in the solo campaign is when I think something is going to be a cakewalk, and it is not a cakewalk. Like, before the current little arc I'm running right now on the channel, we had some guys going out to make contact with one of the tribal groups. And they weren't that far away from the village, but on the way back, we were making some really bad rolls, and the team forgot to pack their compass. So what should have been like an afternoon trek through the wilderness back to civilization ended up being like 2 days walking in circles. I think they did capture a new creature in that time, so at least something good came up of it. I definitely made sure to pack a compass on the next time around. I do like the whole idea of how, like, stricter resource management can add more drama to the whole thing. Because for a long time I was of the camp of being like, don't worry about the resource management. Carrying capacity?
Kohate says, forcing players to make decisions is the staple of a lot of games I enjoy.
Yes. Games are all about decision making. Alright. Time to get the highlights. And we can start working on the background. Actually, I should probably do a second run of highlights. Because these guys on the pink stuff are like, the highlights don't show up that great. But if we just select those areas and copy the layers, it'll make them twice as big. Or twice as pronounced. Now see, when I'm doing a time-lapse video or something, this is the part where I have to look at it and I'm like, what the hell's happening here? What am I supposed to zoom in on? Oh, I'm softening the edges of everything. Oh. That's always fun. To try and make that part of it clear. Somebody left a comment on an older video recently and said they'd like to see guidelines about making your own creatures for the game. I think we might have to do that one, because it's actually pretty simple. The game's actually very modular. So, it shouldn't be difficult to run people through it.
Pathroot
I do have a whole system.
Emma, go now. Keep having fun. B.
Alright, see you around, Path. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Ah, over here. I didn't get the big guy. Alright, so we need to take the lighter sections here. Alright. Like this, and this, and this, and the light pink parts, and the light blue parts. Whoops. Maybe even the purples. Let's do the purples too. Then we're gonna take the screen and duplicate that layer. No, wait. No, we're gonna copy and paste our current selection. There we go. Okay, maybe we didn't need it on the purples. At least not on these guys. This guy, I think, could use it. Alright. Now we get to throw some color on the line art. And I am searching for my color picker, because I had to switch over to the navigator tab, and it's on the same section. Let's try this color. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Now we get to do the backgrounds. The fun part. So the stuff in the farthest back, we're going to be using the smaller brush. Then I want to gradually increase the brush size as it gets closer to the foreground. And we'll add some up in here too at the fuller brush size.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, "This looks too good."
I am flattered. It's always nice to hear. Let's see.
Stream Elements says, "Hail
Oh,
Evergreen
hello.
Artistry and welcome to Two Raiders."
Evergrade!
Dinsdale Piranha says, Let's go.
Let's go, Ponyboy,
Says.
Dinsdale and
Back.
Ponyboy. Welcome, guys. How's it going? How was the Evergrade? We are finishing up this little piece of these little guys. And these little trees. Actually, not so little trees at all.
Ponyboy Horse says. I am playing Kingdom Come 2.
Oh no. Let's see. What's a good color to go for with...
Evergrader Discree says. Yellow dice, what's good? Had a pretty long day, but managed to have a decent stream, though I was more tired than I thought.
Hello,
Going to
Evergrade.
head off, but first, how are you, and how is the art?
Thanks for the raid,
Dinsdale
Evergrade.
says.
We're doing good.
Normic doing the homo playthrough. Evergrader Discree says. Common Normic L.
Common Normac L. We are finishing up this little piece here, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. Might do some item art or something like that.
Evergrader
That branch
Discree
is looking
says.
better than I expected it to.
What kind of fruit is the creature eating?
I don't know, man. Some kind of berry. Some kind of... Ah! Look what you got. You asking these questions to me, Evergrade. I can't take it. We're changing my window size. I'm getting all flustered. I don't know, man. It's some kind of creature's berry.
Ponyboy Horse says. Not Normic.
Normac is that some other?
Perhaps it's a Mary Berry.
Is that some new meme you guys have come up with? I don't know what's going on.
Evergrader Discree says. Haha, my plot to manipulate your windows with random questions has worked. Malf Prime says. Cute. Ponyboy Horse says.
Malf, welcome.
I am not Normic.
I don't know what that is, Ponyboy. You may not be Normic, but you're definitely a fetishist.
Like a wise someone once said a long time ago during this stream. It's a freaking physic berry. Evergrader Discree says.
No, it's not a psychic
Normic
berry.
Is some deep TVE lore. The long version is that TVE is Normic. Ponyboy Horse says. It's not me. Cat with a Mouse says. Of course the communist fetishist is Normic. Ponyboy Horse says. Evergrade band. Ponyboy Horse says. Not fetishist. Ponyboy Horse says. Dice bag band.
It has become full-on bully Ponyboy hours, I guess. As one would expect from the Evergrade. Let's see. I'm pretty glad I developed this whole...
Even I'll alt-tab to bully Ponyboy.
this little stylization method I've gone for the trees. I think it looks nice.
Evergrader Discree says. Based Kohave. Cat with a Mouse says. Ah, Our ponyboy has become a wild stallion. Everyone hide your tomboys. Ponyboy horse says. Co-hate band. Ponyboy horse says. Cat band.
Ponyboy, you have no band powers here. You can't just fake it till you make it. Okay, I know I said I liked this whole stylization method, but I'm kind of pissed off at it right now. I don't know how to make this part look right. Oh well, it's in the corner.
I didn't just remember I have mod status. Cat with a mouse says. He has instead banded us all together.
That's how it be.
Co-hate says. Bars. Evergrade Artistry says. Wow, I like this art I made, however. Every artist ever. Ponyboy Horse says.
No.
Everyone is a dirty cheese-smelling fetishist except me. All y'all like them sweaty little piggies.
Evergrade.
Jolty Bolty 12.
I am not like the other artists. I do not hate myself or my art. You can't call me out like that. Here's what we're gonna do now, though. This is when we get to put on the stupid lighting effects that cheat everything and make it look better, but only if you do it perfectly.
Says, fake artist doesn't hate himself for his art. It's okay. I'm fake too.
Let's see. We got ourselves a nice light yellow. We're gonna put on a glow layer at a lower opacity. Actually, we could probably put it on a higher opacity. Actually, I could probably put like straight up white right in the middle of it.
Evergrade Artistry says. Ah yeah, lens flare.
Let's see, let's go ahead and stick some in here too. You know what? Here's another thing. We're gonna make the stuff, the part in the bottom, more bluish. I'm second guessing everything I'm doing. That's okay, that's okay. I think it'll look better when I actually put some highlights on the stuff. on the rim lights, like we like to do. We love our rim lights, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some rim lights in here. That might be a little too yellowish.
Says, if rim lights are so cool, why isn't there a rim lights 2?
We're gonna have rim lights 2 and 3 and 4 and maybe even 5. But first we need to find the right color. Not that way. Maybe this color? This color right here?
Ever Great Artistry says, I sure hope I don't have to buy every module for the rim light updates.
Don't worry, you don't need the latest graphics card for this one. Creatures can literally run on a potato, aka a tabletop. Okay, now I'm kind of pissed off. Let's cut this part and take these and move them over in this direction. Because that is the direction that the lighting is actually kind of coming from, but not really. Because I didn't give a crap about where the light source was coming from all that much.
Jolty Bolty 1231 says, IGTG now, sad face.
Alright, see you around, Jolty Bolty.
1231 says, bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us and the boys. I'm gonna have to account for the correct light source later. Yeah, I don't think the
Stream Elements says,
the nose needs to have
good
that.
Evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
Subscribe, says Geronimo.
Ponyboy Horse says, not gonna say it.
Alright, Ponyboy. You don't have to say it. We were doing just fine without you saying it.
Ponyboy Horse says, I will choose to be better. Cat with a mouse says, good boy Pony. Ponyboy Horse says, I will be unburdened by what has been.
Oh no, he really is a communist.
Ever Great Artistry says, Ponyboy's been replaced by an imposter. Launch him into space.
Ponyboy's sus? I mean, that's just always been true, I guess.
Ponyboy Horse says, all you communists are banned. Evergreat Artistry says, never mind, he's real.
How could we have doubted him? I don't know. Let's see. That's looking alright. It's usually a little awkward to see it up close because you can see all like the pixels and whatnot. Once you zoom out and take a good look, it's like, oh yeah, that's just standard rim light. That looks fine. Yeah. Get the mushroom. Actually, let's leave some of it.
Ah yes, John Rim, the standard light.
Okay, CSP, do your autosave garbage. Just go ahead and make me think you're gonna crash for a second. This one doesn't need to be there.
Kohate says, actual battered wife syndrome from Photoshop. Ponyboy Horse says, they look like they got PPS for noses.
They do not look like they have PPs for noses. That is an elephant trunk. There is nothing PP about it other than the fact that it's long.
Says, not a communist BTW. Ponyboy Horse says, PPS.
Ponyboy abusing TTS to talk about PPS. I hate this color for the outline on these parts. We're gonna change that.
Kohate says, fun fact, most PPS, not long.
Maybe not by your standards, Kohate. I guess this looks better, but I'm still feel like it's too dark. We're gonna lighten it up even more. Maybe I should do the same thing for the leaves too.
Ponyboy Horse says. Using TDS to talk about PPS.
Just normal dice bag stream things, huh? Using TTS to talk about PPS. Look what you're bringing to my family-friendly game. Degenerates. This is why we have a second channel.
Ponyboy Horse says. They also look like they should be wearing tiny black hats and charging 30% interest rates.
Ponyboy, they're elephants.
Kohate says.
They're not Watto.
Knowledge is having the ability to create a channel, wisdom is having to filter out the Degans.
The Degans. Another Geronimoism. Oh, that's too light.
Ponyboy Horse says. Fetishists are Degans.
Geronimo, are you okay?
Evergrade Artistry says. Perhaps TVE is reliving past trauma of being overcharged by elephants for his communist instruction manual. Ponyboy Horse says. Wait, why did it say fetishist right? Ponyboy Horse says. Evergrade Band. Evergrade Artistry says. The truth hurts.
I'm telling you guys, Geronimo is just messing with you sometimes. He has a mind of his own. Sometimes it's fetishist, but sometimes it's fetishist.
I hate Geronimo sometimes.
He knows what he's doing. And he is a good boy. You know, I really think that is just too much. We gotta do something different with the glows. Perhaps we just move the glows like to the top and tone them down quite a bit. We can keep that one.
Ponyboy Horse says. Dice bag glows.
That's right, I'm a glowy. You're all getting thrown in the gulags. Oh, snap. Twitch window crashed. Alright, she's back now. Looks like everything's trying to crash right now. Alright, now one thing is, I think we could stand to have like a little more unity in the colors. So we're gonna put this all in a folder. And I'm gonna put a clipping mask over all of this shiz. And we're gonna use a hue. Maybe not a hue.
Cat with a mouse says. Speaking of crashing, I'm heading out for the night. See ya next time.
Alrighty. See you around, cat. Let's see. Maybe a color layer will work better. I really still feel like this freaking blue in the back just ain't blue enough. It's too green. It's too green, boys. We need to tone correct this. We're gonna tone police this blue.
Kohate says.
There we go.
Correction layers and tonal adjustments are so gotcha-gasm.
Gotcha-gasm. What the hell are you talking about, Kohate? I think this might be about as good as it's gonna get. Let's try one thing though.
Evergreat Artistry says. Man, is Kohate teaching us the latest slang that I'll think is lamer than old slang?
Kohate taught me about Dracula flow last time. Oh yeah, I think that's better.
Kohate says. And the world is better for it. Evergreat Artistry says. Sometimes I wonder if trends are getting worse or if I'm more jaded. Dracula flow makes me think things are just worse. Kohate says. They had forgotten that I am him.
I gotta admit, after the streamer brain was off, Dracula Flow hit differently. It might have been more funny if I understood the slangs better, but alas, I do not.
Kohate says, Dracula Flow is actually so good, you're so wrong about this one Evergrade. Evergrade Artistry says, be careful Kohate, last time a guy claimed to be the guy, he got a game over and got deleted.
Alright guys, here's the test. We're gonna have to put this at full screen.
Damn, you're right EA.
We're gonna put this at full screen. I'm gonna look away for a second and then I'm gonna look at the other monitor with OBS on it. And if I get the sensation of, oh damn, who made that? Then it's a good piece. You know what? I think it's alright. I think it's alright. I didn't quite get the full effect, but it's there. When I'm not, like, crouched over with my face buried in my tablet, it looks alright. I mean, my face buried in the Tomeboys. We're not breaking the fourth wall here. Let's save this. Actually, there is something.
Ponyboy Horse says, you say tomboys.
No, I did not, Ponyboy. No, I did not.
Kohate says,
that's not a thing I said.
Face buried in the tomboys. What?
That's not what I said, guys. That's not what I said. Even though that would be an acceptable position for my face.
Ponyboy Horse says, it should have been me. Evergrade Artistry says, Ponyboy, Kohate, stop hogging the one brain cell.
Yeah, I have to finish this thing.
Kohate says, I said it.
I didn't say it like that. That's looking better. And no bioluminescence this time. Just shadows. We could, though. Add some little bumpy textures to it.
Kohate says. Crazy light source fans, me, in shambles.
We get enough crazy light sources in other pieces. I think it's good enough without it here.
Evergreat Artistry says. Going to head off for tonight. Take care dice, and best wishes with the colors, and enduring Ponyboy.
Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out and the raid. We'll see you around Evergrade.
Ponyboy Horse says. Evergrade Band. Evergrade Artistry says. NP. Good night.
This whole idea may have made the thing worse, but oh well. Oh well, we're gonna run with it. Let's save it. Yes, yes, we know. There's already a thing named that. Wait, have I not saved it as a CSP file? Let's do that again just in case. Now what? We're just a couple hours in. We can do quite a bit more. I've been thinking I need to draw more items for the website. Let me pull up the website and see exactly what kind of stuff I need to draw. Equipment, weapons, armor, shields. We got all that. What about consumables? I don't really have a section for that on the website yet. That's weird. I need to do that. I'm slacking. We're gonna have to look elsewhere. Let's see, alchemist items. Those are always fun to draw. We can draw some potions, potions. Just futz about drawing potions for the rest of the stream, maybe. Let's see. We got oils that I could be doing. I haven't really drawn what an oil would look like in terms of its containers and whatnot. So we got oils that can be applied to items and stuff to add temporary properties to them. So let's look some things up. And we're gonna have to go to some
Kohei
other
says,
search.
So like pine resin in Dark Souls.
I don't know, man. Dark Souls? Who do you think you're talking to? Okay, I type in weapon oils and all I get is like gun stuff. No, I guess it would make sense to something like this. Like that might make sense. Like I'm thinking the top here would be pulled off and it would be like more like a spout than just an opening. So you could direct the oil into the place it needs to go. I might make a functional container for them. Alchemy items are something I've been really futzing about in terms of how they function in the actual game mechanics. Like, I didn't really want to do a whole modular system for them, but I've gone and made a whole modular system for them. I guess my whole reasoning was like mixing effects and stuff could be too complicated depending on the types of delivery systems that you might have. Like these right here, these two clay-looking vessels are flasks, which can be thrown and break, causing it to splash and releasing the effect. Whereas with these are elixirs that need to be fully chugged in order to get their full effect. But then you got potions like this, which is just like a little swig that you can use really quick. Like, then we got other stuff that you have to like apply, and it's... Don't you like game design talk, Pony Boy? Why are you sleeping? Let's see. You know what we need?
Says, good evening, mortal humans. Make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
We need a symmetrical ruler.
Ponyboy Horse says, where are the sexy women in my game? Ponyboy Horse says, or are you for the modern audience?
Here, Pony Boy, let me appease you here. There you go, Pony Boy. In fact, let's get the whole gang up here. There. They'll cover up you guys.
Horse says, hey, a ginger.
Yes. Pony Boy, are you not familiar with Chloe? Anyways, we're gonna draw now. And I need to turn on snapping so that it works with the symmetry layer. There we go. There we go.
Ponyboy Horse says, do gingers have souls in your universe?
Yes.
Ponyboy Horse says, are you drawing a butt plug?
It's not a butt plug. Ponyboy always going there.
Ponyboy Horse says, do gingers have souls in reality?
They've gotta.
Ponyboy Horse says, good answer. I like gingers.
Right? As long as they're not ugly.
Kohate says, I feel like it's been ages since I've seen a ginger IRL. They've all gotten the Disney treatment.
All the gingers are turning black.
Ponyboy Horse says, my daughter is a ginger.
Yes, I know, Ponyboy. I've seen Sherman. Once or twice. I know, I feel like this should be bigger. Probably not fully the size of an elixir, but close. More than a potion, less than an elixir. Let's give it some knobs here. And these will make it easier to unscrew the top. In fact, let's make the whole top part even smaller. Make it smaller. Put it under the microscope and make it smaller. Okay. We need more depth to this. This should be down like so. There we go. Then maybe make the base a little more curved. Yeah, see, I would have liked drawing still lifes in my art classes a lot more if I was drawing potions. But no, we were drawing stupid stuff like fruit and hand sculptures. Freaking still lifes. I hate still lifes. Let's take a collection of the most boring things imaginable and place them in a boring place and have all the kids draw them.
Still life's pretty cool, TBH.
Ew, Kohat. If there's one thing I've learned about art, it's that the best way to practice is to draw things that you want to draw. And I did not want to draw random assortments of fruits and bottles. Definitely was not high on the list of interesting things.
Ponyboy Horse says, I like drawing tanks.
Well, and you gotta draw some more tanks, Ponyboy. We're gonna give the bottom a little more thickness to it.
Ponyboy Horse says, I also drew a naked tomboy once.
Just once? Can't believe you drew Sherman that way.
Ponyboy Horse says, yes, once. Ponyboy Horse says, not Sherman. Kohate says, Rookie numbers. Ponyboy Horse says. Sherman is daughter.
That doesn't mean much, Ponyboy. That doesn't mean much in anime land. Okay, guys. What's the liquid gonna look like in here? We've got type power and type resistance oils.
Fathers do not draw their daughters naked. Wadu.
Wadu? I don't know who Wadu is.
Kohate says. Like 20% opaque. Ponyboy Horse says. A jar must have thick white liquid.
The jar does not need thick white liquid. I can assure you of that. You know what? I don't have many examples of properties for oils. So perhaps we will...
Horse says. What goes in the jar with the liquid? Creature figurines.
No, nothing goes in the jar with the liquid. It's just the jar with liquid. Just liquid goes in the jar. That's what's in the jar, is the liquid. Ah!
Ponyboy Horse says. X.
Ponyboy, this is a wholesome game. Okay?
Ponyboy Horse says. More like wholesome.
No, not like that wholesome. So anyways, this might look boring right now, but we're gonna liven it up a little bit. With some little effects. Let's see, we're using multiply and glow layers on these things, it looks like. Yo. %. How do we do this up here? Okay, we just left the top part alone for the most part.
Ponyboy Horse says. Is that a jar of gamer girl pee?
No, it's not a jar of pee.
Ponyboy Horse says.
Gamer
I will
girl
buy your
or
whole
otherwise.
Ponyboy Horse says. 1984.
This is going to be a bottle of celestial oil.
Kohate says. I feel like I'm watching a father handle his autistic son in public. Ponyboy Horse says. Body of celestial oil is what I would name my pee if I was selling it online.
I'm sure you would. Alright, I'm trying to remember how I did these effects. There we go. And then we can have more glow layers. For the bubbles. Although now that I'm looking at it, I did have the things lit from a different angle on the other ones. And let's see, what's next? Probably... I've got so many glue layers on these things. Okay, then we have one up here. This one's gonna be... for this. You know what, we should have...
Ponyboy Horse says.
some of
Body
this
of
on.
celestial gamer girl oil. $20.
No. And the last glow layer, I think, is just gonna be like the shine on the bottle. You know what? It'll look better to do that part by hand. Instead of just lowering the opacity. There we go. Actually, needs to fit the curvature of the bottle a little more. I'm not happy with it. That's a little better. And then we can just treat this part like it's normal. Do it in my usual art style, thank God. Now we get to just straight up color the line art like we always do. Let's see. It has some nice dark yellowish coloring here. Some gold and yellow. Not other golden things, Pony Boy. Yeah. There we go. One more thing though.
Ponyboy Horse says. Look at that tasty looking oil.
Not for drinking, Pony Boy. This is for applying to weapons and armor. We're gonna move this one though. It doesn't look right there.
Ponyboy Horse says. I bet it tastes like the essence of Gamer Girl. Kohate says. My gut is a weapon that turns unconsumed potions into heartburn.
How is your gut turning unconsumed potions into anything? How's it get access to it if you haven't consumed the potion? Hmm. Checkmate, Kohet. Friggin' taking a drink reminded me of something.
I consume the potion. Ponyboy Horse says, potion seller, sell me your strongest potions.
Yeah, I was just thinking this week, freaking Nemi Nightmare again. She's been keeping like this big old drink full of ice with her when she streams, and every time she takes a drink, you can freaking hear the ice rattle around in there, and it makes me thirsty every time I hear it. I feel like SpongeBob looking at the vase with the plant in it when he's parched for water.
Ponyboy Horse says, you are being conditioned and socially programmed by the CIA to stay hydrated.
Dang CIA. How dare they? What other types could we
Kohate says,
repurpose this for?
rare CIAW.
Yeah, what's up with that? Putting fluoride in my water supply, but then trying to keep me hydrated? I don't know about those guys. Let's see what kind of types we could use this for. Perhaps we could do an ice one. An ice one would be good. I'll name that one Celestial Oil, and we'll copy and paste it.
Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
What can we do besides change the color of
says,
the interiors?
Here is my pitch. A healing potion that is actually a mimic.
I don't like that. Here's a pitch. Glubble, but he's in a potion vial. You know what? I just noticed something.
I like my idea more, it is more evil.
I'm gonna rearrange some of the layers here. We want to put those above the multiply layers so they stand out a little more.
No one said the Glubble had to be friendly.
Yeah, Pony Boy, it's basically the same thing. So let's give this like a nice frosty blue. That practically looks like an ice potion already. Should I just color the outline and be like, yep, there it is. Ice oil. We can do a little better than that. I feel like I'm just making this more complex. And I don't think that's the right way to go. We're just gonna throw some flakes in there. There we go. What if we did a water one and it's just blue? Alright, I think this will be the last one. We're gonna make an aberrant oil. It's just gonna be slimy. Remove all of that. Let's see, what color do we want it? Let's make it kind of gross pinkish.
Mouth Prime says. Slimy.
Yeah, slimy. We're gonna make this one look thicker.
Ponyboy Horse says. You know what else is slimy?
I don't know
Dice
if I
bag
want to know.
refuses to make a tomboy.
There are tomboys, just not ones to your liking, Ponyboy.
Mouth Prime says. You could make your own tomboy character?
That's-
Ponyboy Horse says.
That's what I keep telling him. I keep telling him there's character creation rules on the website. And he's like, make a tomboy character, make a tomboy character.
Ponyboy Horse says. Literally 1984.
Everything I don't like is 1984. Alright. Alrighty. There we go. Now let's merge these layers. Wait a second, what happened here? Oh, that's right. Need to actually fill this in with the color. Then we can take the multiply layer, the shadows, and just erase out some of this bits. Maybe we need a lower opacity. I'm not actually so sure about what the interior part should look like in something goopy like this, but we're gonna wing it and hope for the best. Let's remove all these bubbles and whatnot.
Malf Prime says, I like it as is just like a gross thick sludge.
Yeah, that's the idea. We're gonna have to tone down the glow layer though, or use a completely different layer perhaps. Let's take a pass over the inside parts, the inside glowiness. That might be a bit too much. I still want to retain a little bit of it, I think. But yeah. I think that works. What else could we do? Let's see, we got elixirs, we got flasks, we got oils, we got potions. I think the only other types of alchemy items we have are powders and incense. We could maybe do an incense over here. Actually,
says, lamp oil, rope, bombs.
Rope. That would be really basic items anyways. Also, this is a bomb. This is bottled fire, man. You throw it, it explodes. This, though, this is supposed to be repellent, this yellow stuff here. But we're going to make that an incense because it fits with that mechanically. So maybe we'll do that. We'll take the concept of that, the repellent, and make an incense out of it.
Malf Prime says, everyone knows what rope looks like. Ponyboy
No,
says,
Ponyboy.
We're having incest.
Listen to this guy. Thinking about Sherman over there as he is. Let's see. Now most of the incense you see today are in sticks. I don't think that's the best way to do it for
Ponyboy
like this type
says,
of.
Sherman is wholesome daughter.
Okay, Ponyboy. I'm thinking sticks are probably not the most fantasy-esque packaging of incense. They do have like cones of incense too. I have seen. Let's see if I can find a good example of that. What is this? Oh yeah. So I guess these just burn from the top down, huh?
Malf Prime says. They also have little bags of stuff that gives off scents.
Little bags. Do you burn the bags? Like other incense? Or is this just like a fragrance thing? Okay, here. This one is in the shape of a leaf. Interesting. Haven't seen that before.
Malf Prime says. I think you just put them around places and they ward off insects.
Got some like this too. That seems like the kind of packaging I might expect in a more fantasy setting. And of course we also got the whole idea of sensors and stuff. Like how's it packaged inside a sensor, I wonder? I can't get a good look of the inside of one. Because it would make sense that you need the sensor to like bring the incense with you if you're traveling, which would make sense for stuff like the repellent, because you're going to want to use that while you're traveling in the wilderness to keep the creatures away.
Kohate says. It's usually loose or in a chain mesh, if you have to burn it.
A chain mesh? So it's just like a powder in there, basically? That kind of fits what I was thinking.
Kohate says. Like lumps of whatever produces the fragrance, like have you ever seen cinnamon?
Right, right. That's kind of my initial conception of how early incense would be done. However, internet searches are pretty much loaded with just the sticks. So I have not really seen a good example of such things. So we could just like draw it in a freaking bowl or something, I suppose. Let's do that. Alrighty, now we need to get another symmetry ruler here. Ew, that's awful. Holy hell, I'm drawn like a freaking gremlin. What is this? Alrighty. I think that will work.
Bool.
Bool. Hopefully that'll work. Like I said, I skipped all my still life classes, so if that's wrong, somebody's gonna have to tell me. I was never good at drawing ellipses.
Kohate says. LOL, same. We got better though.
No object to transform. And I think we'll move this up just a tad. And that'll be exactly how it should be, right? Right. Alright, you know what? The backside is going to be hidden by the incense anyways, probably. So, whatever. Whatever. We're just gonna lump some garbage in there. Some of this smelly stuff. Now here's what we're going to do. Since this is supposed to be the repellent, and I have already drawn an example of repellents. I'm just gonna steal this. And cheat a little bit. It's okay, I drew it once before, it's mine.
Kohate says, could you at least flip the flame?
Flip the flame. Why? Why would I want to make more trouble for myself?
Kohate says, you.
I suppose if I did flip it, then I could reuse the actual bottled version for something. Let's see. There, happy now?
Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Kohate says, very. Ponyboy Horse says, not doing it.
Alright, Pony Boy. Now you're the one who's like SpongeBob with the... with the vase full of water. I don't need it. I don't need to say hello. Ah. Stupid gaps. There we go.
Ponyboy Horse says,
There it is. We got him, boys. Okay, now... next question. What color are we gonna make the incense? Maybe we just use like the brownish stuff here. I believe repellents are mostly made of... oh, let's see, poison essence, right? Let me see. Repellent. Beast, death, and/or poison essences. Okay.
Malf Prime says, brown might look too gross, I vote gray.
Gray? I want it to be some kind of greenish color. Let's make it more green. Actually, we'll... Maybe like so, for the smoke.
Ponyboy Horse says, looks stinky.
It's supposed to look stinky, so I guess that works. You know what though? It might benefit from a little bit of like extra whiffs curling off. It's been a while since I've had to draw like smoke or something. This stuff is weird. Alright, what the hell? Maybe I should have just left it alone and went with it. This might be more trouble than it's worth.
Ponyboy Horse says, have you considered playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
No. I am not interested.
Ponyboy Horse says, 1984.
I still haven't finished Path of Exile yet. Need to actually get around to doing that.
Mal Prime says, you could make it purple and instead of super long smoke it's one smoke that turns into a little skull cloud, for death.
It's not supposed to kill things. It's just supposed to be unpleasant. But anyways, I think we're ready to... Well, I need to color the bowl. What am I doing? We gotta color the bowl, guys. What color is the bowl? It might be wooden. I don't know, man. Something like that. Maybe I should have put it in a container, like in a portable container rather than a bowl. I don't know.
Mal Prime says, dying is unpleasant.
It is pretty unpleasant. Dead things usually smell bad too, which is why death essence is one of the things you can use. I forgot about the Pokemon community game going over on Twitch. I guess that's still a thing, isn't it? Out of sight, out of mind. Alright, we're just gonna do subtractive on this.
Says, people play Pokemon.
Apparently.
Horse says, I want Wooloo.
We know you like Wooloo. I keep offering him a Nimbaw, but he doesn't want the Nimbaw. It's not Scottish enough. I don't know why. I don't know why. He swallowed the fly. I guess he'll die.
Ponyboy Horse says, I need Scottish Pokemon.
Is Sword and Shield your favorite Pokemon game then, Ponyboy? If you like your Scottish stuff so much.
Ponyboy Horse says, yes.
Ew, I'm judging you.
Ponyboy Horse says, Gloria is my Pokemon waifu. Malv Prime says, I like how Nimba can turn into different weather clouds, it's really neat. Evolution paths are always cool.
Yeah, I like Nimba. We brainstormed some
Ponyboy Horse
other
says,
potential cloud types
Geronimo,
before.
don't say waifu like that.
Too late. Too late, Ponyboy. Waifus. You have a waifu.
Ponyboy Horse says, I do like waifus, but they are different.
I don't know what the hell a waifu is. Red pill me on waifus, Ponyboy.
Ponyboy Horse says, WTF says waifus like waifus but can't say waifus right. Ponyboy Horse says, waifus are muscle mommies. Whey is a protein powder.
Oh, waifus? Okay. I get you. So a waifu is just a buff waifu. I get you, I get you. So that's like right up your alley, right?
Ponyboy Horse says, I love women who can carry me like a princess.
Right. So a waifu.
Ponyboy Horse says, chiseled hard abs.
I'm about to regret talking about this, aren't I?
Ponyboy Horse says, I want a muscle mommy to crush me.
Anyway, we're gonna extend the whole fragrant wafting piece a little bit so it merges with this.
Ponyboy Horse says, I want a woman who is 6'5" with 280 pounds of rippled muscle who will crush my skull and do my taxes.
Do your taxes. I sure hope she doesn't commit tax fraud. That would be awful. Oh wait, right. We're not using overlay layers this time.
Says,
we're using screen
I hope
layers.
She does commit tax fraud.
You're reminding me that I haven't done my taxes yet. Alrighty. You know what? I probably should have done this feathering in an additive method, so it retains more of the lumpiness. I may have to go back and do a second pass on it if we don't get it to look right here.
Ponyboy Horse says, why do the ladies on screen look like they want the stinky soup?
I guess it does kind of look like stinky soup, doesn't it? Don't say that, pony boy. I thought you meant something completely different when you said stinky soup, until I looked at it.
Ponyboy Horse says, stinky soup.
Alright. Time for... line art coloring. Yay! Whoops. There we go. You know what? This should be burning anyways. Now that I think about it. How do we draw the incense burning? Do we need to have like an entire flame? Probably not. It should just be smoldering, right? Screw it, we're just gonna experiment.
Ponyboy Horse says. Smoldering stinky soup.
Yeah, smoldering stinky soup.
Ponyboy Horse says. Why have the gates of hell opened up in this bowl of wafting green peas?
Because it's on fire. Probably should just be like more like embers, not actually flames though, shouldn't it?
Ponyboy Horse says. Why would someone burn stinky soup?
Ponyboy, are you just being that guy, or did you miss what this was?
Ponyboy Horse says. I wasn't paying attention, I was watching me sword fight a guy.
Well, there's your problem. It's incense, Ponyboy.
Ponyboy Horse says. Incest.
Alright, you're just being that guy. So be it.
Ponyboy Horse says. I was in a sword fight earlier and I was losing until I went goblin mode.
Do you have a mode besides Goblin mode?
Ponyboy Horse says. I have Tomboy Seeker mode.
Alright. I'll accept it.
Stream Elements says, "Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello."
What do you think? Is the smoke too much?
Ponyboy Horse says,
In
"Not doing it."
in addition to all the other... I feel like it is. I feel like we've got two different types of smokes coming on, and it's messing with the stylization. Hmm.
Ponyboy Horse says,
Alright, Pony Boy. But for now, I think we need another screen layer.
Ponyboy Horse says,
Or perhaps a glue layer.
1984.
Whoa. Just add a little more actual... What do you call that? Highlight to the things. Yeah, something like that.
Ponyboy Horse says, just like 80s fashion trends, I am out. And like Epstein's prison guards, I am going to sleep.
Alright, we'll see you around, Ponyboy. We're probably on the last leg of this right now anyways. In fact, I might just take a better gander at incense while I'm off stream, so I can better draw it next time.
Later fetishists.
He did it right again. Let's see.
Ponyboy Horse says, for why it gotta say it right when I am roasting you. Ponyboy Horse says, I'm out.
Alright, we'll see you around. Oh, I just noticed something. The freaking aberrant oil does not have the shine on the bottle. Alright, well, now it does. We're good. I really feel like I need to draw packaged incense. But I'm not sure what kind of packaging to put it in. I'll have to think about that for next time I come back to this little thing and figure it out. Oh, you can't see everything because of the ladies in the way. Let's see. 11:39. Alright. I think I've gone at this plenty long. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Put on the good music as we leave. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time, same place. Probably doing the same thing, too. Anyways, bye!